What's up, everyone? Today is November 17th, I think. Yep, today is November 17th. It's a Wednesday. I'm gonna be going over the couple of trades I took today. Um, the title of this video is, starting the day red to ending the day up $1,700. So today is definitely my biggest win to date. I'm going to be going over the entire journey of what happened today, how I was able to keep my risk extremely tight, how I was able to let some of my winners ride, and just a lot of psychological tips because psychology and understanding the emotional part of trading is probably the most important thing in this game. So let's get straight into it. As always, higher time frame. Again, for everybody who's new to my videos, the reason I start with the higher time frame is just because it gives me the context of where the stock is probably going to trend. I say probably because no one can predict the direction of the stock market or an equity, short or long term, with 100% accuracy. Everything is just probability, so it's very, very important to understand that. And in addition to that, it's very, very important to understand that losers are part of the game, because no one is perfect in trading. There's too many variables to control. You need to accept losers, and once you keep your risk tight, you are on the path to becoming a consistently profitable trader. But anyways, let's start. So my watch list going into this morning was Nvidia, or actually, I'll probably just go over the. I'll just go over the stocks which I traded, and the stocks I traded today were Tesla and Apple. So on the higher time frame, not much to Tesla. The reason I've been trading Tesla almost every single day is because if you just zoom out, Tesla went on a massive rally. So that just means that every single day there's volatility on Tesla. I don't care if we're range bound. I don't care if we're moving up. I don't care if we're moving down. Just from a context standpoint, Tesla caught momentum over the last month. So trading it over the last month, almost every single day, has provided very, very nice opportunity. Now, I'm not saying to trade Tesla every single day 6 months from now, because 6 months from now the context could change. But currently, for the month of November, Tesla caught momentum. Two things can tell you that. First of all, you can see the price clearly breached 1,000 and has been holding value above it. And second of all, you can see this increased volume on the daily chart, which lets you know that more and more people have been trading Tesla. Okay, so I did take several trades today. If you guys have been following my journey, if you guys have been following my videos, you know that I've been taking more and more trades recently. I'm okay with taking more trades as long as I keep my risk extremely tight, and that has been working out very, very well for me. So I'm gonna give a couple of examples of small winning trades, small losing trades, and then obviously some of the bigger winning trades. So again, this is just a higher time frame on Nvidia, or on Tesla. If we go over to Apple, very, very similar analysis. Apple has been consolidating. We had this massive trend line. I was just watching for a break of this trend line in key level, targeting 30-minute supply. So this trade thesis or trade idea worked pretty much to perfection. Last but not least, we have Nvidia. We have this downtrend line. If you go to earnings, we had good earnings. We gapped up $15, so this is definitely on watch for tomorrow, either for a break of this level or just break of pre-market high into the supply zone. But obviously, we'll need more context tomorrow morning. But again, the plan on Nvidia was just to take a break of this trend line. I go to 1 hour chart, you can probably see it a little bit better. But yeah, I just wanted a break of this trend line. So that being said, let's go down to an intraday time frame where I can analyze my entries and exits. So I started the day off with about $120, $130 loss. I went in with the 2K position size. So I usually do not take trades this quick off of the open. However, I woke out of bed late. I woke up at like 9:10, 9:15. Had to get me and my friend trade together, so I had to get my friend from downstairs. So didn't really have much time to chart. Just didn't really go through my mental routine. My mental routine. whatever my plan is before I trade, just didn't really get into the zone. So I was very, very jumpy off the open. So I most likely would have avoided this trade just because I've seen us touch a level in the first second or two in the market and then push down. So I usually like to wait for a couple of minutes. But as soon as this crossed the line, I entered Nvidia right here. Again, this was a very, very jumpy trade. As soon as I entered, we failed. I didn't even hesitate. I accepted that I was wrong. I accepted that this wasn't the best trade. Even though it did break the level, just intuition-wise, I did not feel comfortable entering. My friend also did not enter. But I did take like a 30 or 40 cent loss on a $6 contract. So very, very minimal loss. I played around 1.8, 1.9K, and I lost about $100. So, losses happen. They're normal. I accepted this loss and I moved on. After this, I took Tesla. So again, I have been trading Tesla every single day just because of the volatility on it. Off the open, we were consolidating in this range. So, my thought process was very, very simple. I just wanted to take a break to either to the upside or the downside, just because I know there's volatility in Tesla. So whatever way we break, we most likely are going to have follow through. Anyways, we are in this range, and then at 9:49 we attempt to break out of that range. So I enter, I think like 2 or 2.5K. We push up, we immediately fail. I was up at one point, even though this is just on a 1 minute chart. I was up a little bit, but as soon as we pushed up and we came back to my entry point, I should have got out for break even. However, I was a little bit too patient with this trade, for my standards at least. For other people's standards, they may wait for a 5 minute candle close or whatever. However, one thing I could have slightly improved on was, even though I was in profit, I should have just exited for break even. However, I did not, and I took an additional 200 loss. So $200 loss. So at this point, I am down $355, something like that, 350 US dollars. To a lot of people, this might be a lot. To some people, this may be nothing. Just depends on your account size. This personally did not affect me at all, and this is where psychology is super, super important. So one thing newer traders fail to understand is that every single trade is independent of each other. So what I mean by this is every single trade that we take as traders must be treated as independent trades. Because if we let the mentality or loss or win of one trade affect our mentality of another trade, then we are going to make emotional decisions based on whatever green or red trade we took in the past. So what I mean by that is the trades I took in the future, if I had traded only to get that loss back, then my risk to reward would have been skewed. Or say I took a very, very big trade off the open and then I'm taking another trade. I don't want to go in with the mindset that I'm willing to risk everything just because I'm up this much off the open. So again, I'm really trying to reiterate. I know I haven't talked about this too much, but every single trade is independent of each other. You need to be logical in your decision making. You cannot trade emotionally. And I accepted that I was 0 for 2 on the day, which is completely fine, especially because I was very, very green on the week as well. I simply accepted these 2 losses and I moved on. So at this point, I'm just letting the market do its thing. I did take a couple of trades here and there, maybe like 1 or 2 more on Tesla. I believe I took 1 trade on Apple as well. That trade was, I believe it was, I have to pull up my broker, but I believe that trade was this actually. So again, I'm going to have to pull up my broker to find the exact trade, but Apple did push up nicely above this key level, missed it because I was in Tesla. But we did form this nice flag on a 1 minute. Again, very, very simple plan. I took the break of this. I entered 20 contracts, to, again, depending on position size, that might be a lot, but because my account is going at a rapid pace, I am very, very comfortable and I'm ready to size up now. So again, I went in with 2.5K position size, entered here. Again, I just didn't see the momentum. I just didn't see the momentum I wanted to see. I was really expecting a break of this high day and push above, but that did not happen. So I scaled, I think like 5 contracts here. I still had like 15 contracts, and then 15 or 10. I'm not exactly sure. But again, as we pulled back to my entry, I waited for us to get below 152.6, and then I got the rest out here for a small loss. So I'm pretty sure I was slightly up on this trade. but very, very small. I think maybe up like 60 or 70 bucks, which is, nothing on 20 contracts. But this is just an example of a trade which was independent of my past two losses. And I gave the market a chance. I gave Apple a chance. It did not go as fast as I wanted to, so I got out. I didn't have a hope and hold mentality. Thinking that maybe we'll have a 5 minute candle close and move higher. Because if I had held through all of this on 20 contracts, I would probably be down, closer to 1.5k, which is a pretty substantial loss. Instead, I cut this for a $60 gain. So again, I gave you examples of small wins and small losses. Finally, I transitioned back to Tesla. I really, really saw Tesla starting to catch momentum. So at this point, I just didn't want to chase random flags to the upside. What I waited for was a good opportunity near key levels. So I had this 1104 key level, but not only that, I had the 1100 psychological level as well. So flag patterns or consolidation periods near key levels or psychological levels are very, very high probability trades. So at this point, I saw a quick flag before the 1100 level. So I entered two pretty expensive contracts. So I was very confident in this trade. Pretty sure there were like two at like 12 or 13. So a little bit above 2.5k position size. And then, I caught this entire move up. So I'm pretty sure I entered two contracts. As soon as we broke the key level, I scaled one out just to protect myself. And at this point, I got a lot of DMs saying, Shrey, how can you catch bigger moves when you're scalping? And the way I do that is I scale on the way up. I move my stop to break even. And I accept that I'm trading on a 1 and 5 minutes. So there is going to be periods of consolidation on a 1 minute time frame. However, if I am nicely in profit, I will move the remaining of my position to break even, and I will let the rest of my position ride. So I was very, very confident in this trade just because, I was expecting a push up above this key level. We broke it, we consolidated, and I was expecting another push up. So, I entered two contracts, scaled one out here, had this entire consolidation period. I held through all this consolidation, pushed up, consolidated, and then this might not look like much, but this is a $15 move on Tesla. After breaking a key level, you can see volume start to come in. So I had one contract. My target was actually 1110. I was just targeting whole psychological numbers. After that, we had this insane push up, tried pushing up, and then I exited right here. So, I went from plus 100 plus 200 on the day, or break even on the day, to up $1,700 on this amazing Tesla trade. I'm pretty sure Carmine took a very, very similar trade like this too. So this was just a beautifully executed trade. My analysis was spot on. I recognized that Tesla caught momentum on the higher time frame. So that was context number one. Two, I saw Tesla push up for the day. Three, I saw consolidation before psychological level and a key level. The only thing remaining to do was execute. I executed, I scaled out where I needed to, and I caught an extremely big win. So I just showed you three examples of small winners, small losers, and big winners. And this is exactly how I have been trading and how I have been seeing very, very consistent and nice gains in the market. So that's pretty much it for the trade recap. I did unfortunately miss this move on Tesla, on Apple. I probably would have entered before high of day. Just because it is a little bit later in the day, I would have been fine holding through a bit of consolidation, and I would have caught this massive rally up on 20 or even 25 contracts. However, I was up 1.7k for the day. It was 11 o'clock. My specialty is trading the first hour and a half, 2 hours, just because there's a lot of momentum. So because I was up that much, I just decided to call it, better to walk away in profit than, continue to overtrade. But unfortunately, I missed this move, but it's all good because I caught an amazing move on Tesla right here. Pretty sure this move was like a $20, $30 move, and you just have to identify context. Moves like this are now possible on Tesla because it has caught momentum. So I will continue to, trade Tesla in the upcoming days and weeks just because it's caught momentum. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end the video here. I think I did a good job explaining multiple types of trade results, a lot of psychological tips, how I went from down 300 to up 1700 on the day. Losers are inevitable. You are going to take losing trades. How the market, it's how the market is designed. But if you can control your losses, you can control your emotions, then you can flip a small red day to a very, very big green day. But let me know if you want me to cover other things in future videos. As always, if you have any questions, just hit me up on Discord or YouTube. And yep, I hope everybody has a good rest of their Wednesday.